Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Marcy and I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses for over 30 years. I served as a regular pioneer for 10 of those years. I was first contacted in the door-to-door ministry back in 1987 and I finally left the organisation in 2022. This video is going to be talking about the good news about Jesus and are Jehovah's Witnesses attempting to appear more Christian? Well, I have just been to visit my sister-in-law. I do a cleaning for her and I was going to clean the house for her today. And while I was there, the postman arrived and she opened the post as she was talking to me and she went, "Oh, I've got a letter from Jehovah's Witnesses." And so she read the letter from a couple that had wrote to her. He was called Mark and she was called Tracy. And they sent a really nice letter and were included in the letter was an invitation to the 2024 Declare the Good News District Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses, which is going to be held in the city of Sheffield, where I live, in a couple of weeks. And so they are busy in their ministry, the Jehovah's Witnesses, inviting the general public to come to the convention and to learn the good news. So I wanted to have a look at this tract, and my sister-in-law knows that I've left, and I've spent many years trying to convince my sister-in-law and my brother to start a Bible study with me or with the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they never did. I'm so grateful that they never ever did. And so she's had a call fairly recently after my brother passed away from Jehovah's Witnesses who used to live next door to her, and they wanted to talk to her. They'd heard he passed away, and she was very polite but said, you know, her stance hadn't changed and she wasn't interested in getting involved with Jehovah's Witnesses. So I knew that she wouldn't be wanting the invitation, so I asked her if I could have it. And so here it is. I've got it here, and there's some very interesting things in this invitation I'm going to discuss with you in a moment or two. So the fact is that they're busy inviting the general public to join them, but I have had no invitation. And as you know, I'm not disassociated and I'm not disfellowshipped either. I live in the vicinity of quite a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses. Within 5 minutes walk of my house, there are quite a few witnesses who live in my area. And not one of these, not my friends who I associate with, who I still meet my friend every week. I still meet her, my other friend Laura. I was at her house last week. She assumes that I'm going to be to be fair, she thinks I'm still going to the meeting, so she's not going to invite me to go. But all my friends who live in the vicinity and my friends from the Kingdom Hall, not one of them, no one, has contacted me in any way to invite me to go to the meeting or to go to the convention. Not that I'd go, But if they are truly lovers of God, wouldn't they really try to invite ones who had drifted away, stopped attending? But no, they're not inviting those who have been involved with the organisation before, like me, or inactive, as it were. They, as far as they're concerned, we're inactive. They don't know about my YouTube channel or what I'm doing, because if they did, then they would be inviting me to a judicial committee. But they're not. So they, as far as they know, I'm just inactive. But they're not inviting me. I haven't been asked. I haven't received an invitation. I haven't received any kind of invite. They've just had the circuit overseer's visit. I didn't get any kind of message from anybody to invite me. So where is this love that they're talking about? They talk about loving their neighbours, and you know we've all seen the illustrations in the Bible about the shepherd leaving the sheep on the hillside and going off to search for one of his sheep that's missing. But they don't do this. They're not inviting former members. And I've always said it while I was a witness. I said that they're inviting people in through the front door while people are streaming out through the back. And this is what's still happening. They're inviting people in, and the ones who have been in who've gone out, well, you know, they're not bothered about them. There's no love there. So I wanted to address this track now, and this Declare the Good News tract, and here it is, what she received through the post. Now we have a picture of a very miserable looking Jesus. I've never seen such a miserable looking man in my life. He doesn't look happy about anything. And there's something quite shifty about their portrayal of him. But also on the picture, we have what some people might term the Christmas story, because we can see the angel here appearing to the shepherds, and we see the sheep. In the background, we can see the wise men. We can see three of them clearly, and one that's hazily hidden in the background. And in the forefront, we can see Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus there on the front of this tract. And when I went inside and looked at the tract, I saw, to my surprise, that the name Jehovah doesn't appear anywhere in this tract. The only way it's mentioned is on the front, where it says Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses. It mentions Jesus in the Gospels, Jesus' birth, Jesus' miraculous birth, gripping events that marked his childhood. Watch these and other scenes unfold in the two-part episode on Friday and Saturday of the drama. The drama is all about the birth of Jesus Christ. And I don't know if you've heard about this new song that's been released at the convention, which talks about the good news, the light of the world. And you can listen to it on YouTube if you type in the words Jehovah's Witness Christmas song. And on that list of videos that comes up, there is a man who takes this song to work and asks various people what they think the song is. And everyone said it was a Christmas carol. He even put it into ChatGPT and asked it what the words of the song constituted, and it came back, this is a Christmas carol, or a Christmas song. So the question is, are Jehovah's Witnesses now trying to appear more Christian? To appeal to the masses who, people who are Christians or believe in Christ and celebrate Christmas. Are they trying now to curry favour with them? Some YouTubers have even gone as far as to say that they are going to introduce a sort of Christmas celebration that you can celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, just like everyone else does. Perhaps maybe in October, one person said. I don't know if this person was somebody from Bethel or what's been released out, but this has been talked about, this Christmas song, long before it was released at any conventions this summer. It was released by someone from Bethel and it was released to the internet. So are they going to start celebrating Christmas again? Along with the beards that weren't allowed and now are, and the sisters that can wear trousers for the meetings and the ministry when they couldn't do it before. Are they now going to relax the rulings on Christmas and maybe even birthdays? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But there's something in the offing, and I do think that with all the negative press that Jehovah's Witnesses are getting, they are trying to appear more mainstream, for sure. And that is what this is about, this tract showing the Christmas story. As I've said, I was a Jehovah's Witness for well over 30 years and associated with the organisation before that for a good few years. And in all that time, I have never known them to discuss and talk about Jesus like this, particularly to do with what many call the Christmas story. And we have The Greatest Man That Ever Lived book, which discussed it in detail. But that is the only time that I know in 30 years that they discussed anything to do with the birth of Jesus and the good news that was declared. So they keep talking about declaring the good news. But we know that the good news that they declare is not the gospel good news. It is not the good news that Jesus wanted preached. Because although they're drawing attention now to the birth of Jesus and looking at the thrilling events of his birth, they've always told us, as Jehovah's Witnesses, that Jesus is not a baby anymore. We don't need to focus on his birth and what happened at his birth. And now they're trying to teach Jehovah's Witnesses about the events that people who are Christian have celebrated and know about and have known about for hundreds, even thousands of years. So, what are they up to? It remains to be seen. I'm not going to go to the convention. My sister-in-law asked me if I was going to go, and I said, oh no, and I don't want to go. I'm not going there. I couldn't go in there. I couldn't insult the Lord Jesus Christ by going in there. When you see what they've done to him and how they've insulted him over the years, by in the forever, but with these horrible demonic things that they've done to him, and they dare to portray themselves as true Christians. Now, I'm sure if you look closely at some of these pictures, there will be things that are not right in them. Because that's what they always do, anything to do with Jesus. But my question is, what about the Jehovah's Witnesses that will be sitting there when they hear their new song released and it sounds complete with bells like a Christmas carol? They already believe that they're Christians, but they're not, because they do not have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And we won't be fooled by something like this, because the Bible that they use is full of the teachings of demons, and I've exposed this in my other videos. So Jehovah's Witnesses may believe that they're Christian, and they may believe that it's wonderful to learn about the things that this tract is talking about. But it's not going to lead them to Christ, and they are still going to be among the ones, if they don't get out, where Jesus says, get away from me, you workers of lawlessness. I never knew you. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you've got any viewpoints about this, please share them. It's interesting that they don't mention Jehovah, and it would be quite interesting to attend the convention to see if they talk about Jehovah, or if they are trying to polish up the veneer of Christianity by leaving Jehovah out and focusing on Jesus. And so, until the next time, I will say